Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. It is Six Nations time. It all comes down to one match. It all comes down to 80 minutes. Will France win the Six Nations? Will Scotland help Wales win the Six Nations? Will Steve get his first super chat? Well, in 80 minutes, we will know, because it all comes down to the last match. It is France versus Scotland tonight in France, and a very big game, and lots of different possibilities in terms of the Six Nations. A lot of big repercussions. So, whilst the teams sing the national anthems, and before we go into the team lineups, first of all, if you are watching, please make sure you smash that like right now. In terms of the repercussions of this, is how the game is going to go. So, for France to win the Six Nations, they need to win with a bonus point. That is the first thing. First thing they've got to get is the bonus point. Once that's ticked, they then have to win by 21 points or more, or else they need to score 6 tries. That is the only way they can win the Six Nations. Otherwise, Wales will win the Six Nations. If France were to score a bonus point try, or to get a bonus point and to score 5 tries, the championship will be shared between the two sides. If Scotland can get within 20 points and keep France from scoring 5 tries and a bonus point, then Wales will be the Six Nations champions. So lots of permutations, lots of very extra big factors and stuff like that to consider, which will make this game that little bit more interesting. So before we get onto the teams, please do put your score predictions and what you think is going to happen in the game down in the comments below, and let's have a look at the two teams. So first of all, for the home side, we have got Bryce Julian sitting at fullback. Very good, scored the winning try last week. Damien Pinal has actually swapped wings because Gael Fiku has done to the number 11 jersey. Arthur Vincent and Virmi Vakatawa are the two centres. Romain Intermac comes into the side in place of Mathieu Jalabert, who's injured. Antoine Dupont, who's probably the championship player of the season, to be honest, starts at number 9. Gregory Aldred, been very impressive. He's in number 8. Charles Levon will be looking to lead the side to glory, and Anthony Gelange is preferred as well. Swan Rebic and Bernard Leroux compete a new lock trio. Paul Phillips suspended for the game. Mohamed Hawas and Julien Marchand and Cyril Bailly are the front row. Off the bench, the likes of Camille Chat, Jean-Baptiste Gross, Uni Antonio, Romain Tuafafano, Dylan Cretin, Baptiste Seren, Anthony Boutier, and Teddy Thomas will provide the cover off the bench. Trying to make sure we get our kickoff timing right before we have a look at the Scotland side. Come on, let's have kickoff. My score prediction, by the way, I'm going to go France by 10. I don't think that they did 21 points. I think Scotland are a much better side than I think a lot of people give them credit for. And I think they will put up quite a good fight. Finn Russell is back. As I said, in fact, let's just start going through the team. Wayne Barnes is the man in the middle. He was in the TMO booth last weekend. Right, so for Scotland, Stuart Hogg will captain the side at full back, not at fly half. Darcy Graham, Julian van der Merwe are the two wings. Chris Harris, Sam Johnson, the two centres. Finn Russell, Ali Price is the halfback combination. And we've got kickoff. Stuart Hogg goes nice and deep. Just quickly to wrap the team news. Matt Ferguson, Hamish Watson, and Jamie Ritchie is the loose trio. Grant Gilchrist, Sam Skinner, the two locks. Xander Ferguson, George Turner, Rory Sutherland. And then on the bench, David Cherry drops to the bench. Oli Cable comes back into the side. Simon Bergen, Alex Craig, Nick Hanning as France clear pretty well towards the touchline there. Doesn't go out though. Scott Steele was pretty good last week. Adam Hastings and Hugh Jones has dropped to the bench. So France not finding touch there, which has put Scotland on the attack. They're on about just after the halfway line. Right, a fantastic kick there. Is that Finn Russell has found a bit of space out wide, but France taking it quickly, and they're looking to try and run it from inside their own 22. So already a little bit of enterprise early on from the French, who cannot kick for touch, cannot do anything like that. They've got to go all in today. They've got to try and score 21 points more than Scotland, score 4 tries. So the defense will be as important as the offense. As Stuart Hogg collects the ball in the middle, eventually straightens and around 10 meter, and he makes a few meters. So some nice early continuity here from Scotland. After the kick behind, they've managed to win the possession back. It's a good read there by Gael Fiku. It was a bit of an overlap, but he did the work, and they've driven Scotland back to the halfway line. And they've won a penalty. Perfect start there. Perfect response, I suppose, from France, who wins the penalty there on the halfway line. Right, so I don't think we're going to see France kick for touch at all today. Well, not for touch, for Poles. I mean, they can't afford to. They need to try and outscore Scotland 21 points. First things first, they're going to try and score 4 tries. And I reckon they're going to sit there and they're going to blitz and say, can we try and get 3 tries in the first half? Can we try and get, maybe even try and get that bonus point in the first half? I mean, if they can really get momentum going, you know, I suppose you sit there and say, why not? So yeah, they need to try and get these tries going as soon as they can, and then start worrying about points difference. It's a big ask. It is a very big ask, but stranger things have happened. They win their line out there by the 22. They've been driven back initially by France, now trying to sort of set up. Anton Dupont will take the ball out because they're not gaining too much momentum. And they've knocked it on there. Ali Price there cleaning up. It's good work there. I think it's Darcy Graham who gets himself out of a bit of trouble. And now Finn Russell in the pocket. He launches it deep. Doesn't find touch though. Is Dupont. And now Intermac sees him space behind. He's turned the Scottish defence and he's found touch, beautifully dissecting the space in between the 2 Scottish players there. Is Intermac. A big game for him because would have been the first choice fly half had he been fit to start the championship, but he wasn't. And Matthias Jalabert has taken full advantage of the opportunity. He's been very impressive across the tournament. So, Rain Intermac, one of the best players in the championship last season. We will have a lot to prove tonight. Good line out there from Scotland in 1 possession. Finn Russell a bit under pressure there. Wasn't a great pass, but managed to deal with it quite well. But he finds touch. Ray coming down there, so it's a good take over there by Grant Gilchrist. Scotland win the line up there, and they launch it very, very high. It's a good chase. Nice running line there. Solid competition there from Darcy Graham. He knocks the ball back. And Finn Russell is there. Hamish Watson will carry it up, and he will retain possession on the halfway line. So Scotland now on the attack. Ferguson gets it up, but they're still at the halfway line. Finn Russell dabs it in behind. Good read there by Bryce Dillon. Aldred now with this first carry of the match. Intermac. He goes up. Fiku and Fakatawa chasing. That's a very good win there by Fiku. And he's got a good leg drive. He gets up to the 22 meters. Stuart Hogg desperately trying to hold him up. France now into the 22. Hamish. Sorry, it wasn't Hamish Watchalong. Trying to see who was there, but France with the possession on the 22. It's vetted by the French. Intermac, he stabs it in behind. He's turned Dion van der Merwe, who's back and under a lot of pressure. That's a fantastic follow up there and they've pulled him out as well. That'll be a 5-minute scrum for France. That's brilliant by Intermac. A lovely little grabber behind. Dion van der Merwe has turned and the pressure came through. But this all goes back to Gael Fiku, who completely outjumps Stuart Hogg here. And that's the catalyst for this attack. And then Intermac sees the space in behind. It's a perfectly weighted kick. Dion van der Merwe, by the time he picks up the ball, on his try line. Great follow up there by Pennard. And all of a sudden, France will have the first scrum of the game. Well, because kids here, I'm not allowed to show the game. That's against copyright. So unfortunately, you're not going to find a stream on YouTube. So like it or not, if you want to watch the game, YouTube's not the place to find it. Sorry, mate. So almost 8 minutes into the game. Pack weights 891 kg Scotland, 914 for France. Very solid. Advantage, France got an advantage there. They have a free go at it. Intermac sort of gravels it in behind this. So they'll go back for the penalty. A solid scrum there from France. Wouldn't be surprised if they asked for another one there, to be honest. But they'll probably go towards the line, set up a line out, and try and drive over. Right, so that's interesting. So the French have decided to go for the 3 points here. So I think probably trying to sort of lay a foundation, get some points on the board before they worry about their bonus point. I don't think you'll see this too often. Opening 10 minutes, I think, to be honest, given the momentum they had, I probably would have gone for a line up there. I mean, they're taking the 3. And a good scrum there as well. So it's a nice positive start there from France, but now they're going to have to try and get back to Scottish territory and try and get some more points on the board. Once again goes nice and deep, but it's well taken by Charles Levon, the French captain. Nice defense there by Scotland, not giving any inches away to France. Intermac shapes a kick under a little bit of pressure. A bit of a poor kick, skewed off the right, but stays in. It's a very nice follow up there by Pennard. And the ball eventually goes out, and I think it will be a Scottish put-in. It was Bryce Julian who shaped a kick and then didn't. And then Intermac, under quite a lot of pressure, skewed off the sides. Nice sort of follow-up there, Pennard, but then dragged out of touch by Dion van der Merwe and co. Right, so France go to the front of the line. Gilchrist, the man who takes it. Trying to set up a more, but it's not really going anywhere. And they do have an advantage. Yeah, so we'll go back for the penalty. Decent line up there. So decision time here for Scotland. They can kick for goal from Russell. You can see waiting for the call there from Stuart Hogg. Okay, so Finn Russell's going to kick this towards the corner. So France want the 7-pointer. Yeah, I think also it's important for Scotland. I'm sorry, Scotland want the 7-pointer. Is that if they can try and score first, then suddenly puts a lot of pressure on France. Good take again by Gilchrist, but it's a very good first shove there by France. Very good carry there by Turner. He's almost up to the try line. Ferguson now the one that carries it up. Scotland right on the edge here. Good defense so far from France, but Scotland throwing everything at it. Piku, that's a very good tackle, and he's ripped it in the tackle. I think there was an advantage. Yeah, we're going to go back for the penalty. So a decent patch to play there from Scotland, but good defense from France. Gael Fiku started this game really well out on that wing. Such a talented player. We've really seen him out-jump Stuart Hogg. A very good defensive read, and he ripped it in the tackle. Very good work there from him. So Scotland have gone to touch again. Same story. To the front, to Gilchrist. Down they go. This time they've got a little bit more ascendancy. They're going forward. George Turner's got the ball right at the back. Turner once again. We get up to the try line. They're right there. Hamish Watson now. He sees it and he gives it. It's a try. Try Scotland. And I think it's Duvan van der Merwe. Well, that was not part of the plan for France. Took the 3 points thinking, cool, we can get into the game, and they've just conceded a try. I think it's Duvan van der Merwe who came in, saw a bit of space, and like a bullet dove over and dotted it down. The last thing that France would have wanted. And all of a sudden, it is 7-3 in favour of Scotland. I did say Scotland, don't rule them out. If it's a good side, they'd be a lot tougher to beat than I think a lot of people will give them credit for. They go deep. Good take there from Nick Haining. Still got the save to 22 as they go into the second phase. Still have the save to the 22, so they created a nice sort of angle here for Finn Russell. Goes right down the middle, but it's a good read there from Bryce. Now he's going to try and counter. He kicks it up high, chasing it himself. And he wins it, but does knock the ball on in the process, unfortunately, for the French.